Terp cheer for Mike Huckabee. That there aren't any Republicans in Maryland. And that there aren't any people interested in getting our country back on track.
Get it, Mike!
This is incredible.
Get it, Mike!
And I am so thrilled to have this many people gather up on a noontime. You know what I thought? I thought, you know what, I bet this many people couldn't be here to talk to me and hear me. I have a feeling they think that there are free tickets being given away to the NC State game tonight. And,
get it, Mike!
This is truly heartwarming, and I want to say thanks to everybody for coming out. I know you have a great big basketball game going on with NC State. Who's going to win that game, by the way? Well, you know, speaking of winning, it's been interesting over the last few days to watch the same punditry, those folks who know everything, and the Beltway babble. And here's what's interesting. All last year, they kept saying, well, let's see how long Huckabee will last.
Yeah. Marathon, Mike.
He'll go all the way to May.
Marathon, Mike.
Then it wouldn't be until June, and then to July, and then we wouldn't make it through the straw poll, and one thing led to another. And would any of them possibly believe that I would be one of only a few people still on my feet in February? Today I was asked by one of the reporters in Washington where I spoke at a meeting this morning, and they said, well, do you understand that mathematically it's very difficult for you to be able to capture the nomination at this point? And here's what I said, folks, because a lot of you students here at the University of Maryland, I said, I did not major in math, but I majored in miracles, and I still do. By you today, but I'm more energized by what I'm seeing happening in this country because I know that there are a lot of people who are frustrated with politics as it has been. Politics that gets nothing done. Just south of you here in that magic city, it's amazing. The politics is all horizontal. It's all left, right, liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican. People wanting to poke the eye of the other guy. They don't really care if the country gets improved. They just want to make sure their party wins, the other guy loses. Americans are frustrated with that. Real frustrated with that.
That's right.
Look, I'm a Republican, but I also believe that when Republicans get elected, they get elected to solve problems and to make government work, just to make it work with a lot less of it and to make it work more efficiently.
There you go.
And by the way, when people say, who will you appoint your cabinet, I'm thinking, I kind of got, for Secretary of Defense, maybe Chuck Norris in there. I'd say it was John Hancock's ego that caused him to write in such large letters. If you read his writings, it was nothing about ego. It was raw courage. He said, if King George comes to find me and he looks for us, I want him to know that I, without any hesitation, put my name large enough so I don't want him to miss me. Folks, it was raw courage that he signed his name. Folks, it's way past time for us to be energy independent. We are entangled in the Middle East and will continue to be until the day that we finally say that we do not have to import oil from some other country. Being energy independent ought to be a national emergency, a national priority. It is not only important for the environment, it is important for the economy, it is important for our national security. I would propose this president that within 10 years, and yes, that is a bold move, but this is a bold country who can do big things when it wants to.
That's right.
That within 10 years, this country has environmentally friendly, domestically produced, renewable, alternative forms of energy that we could produce within our own nation, fuel ourselves, and be able to tell those who hate us and who still want to manipulate our economy as well as destroy our environment, you can keep your oil. We don't need it any more than we need your sand.
Yes, we can!
deal with every April 15th. Don't you hate this thing? Well, if we had the fair tax, let me tell you what you could do with your
Rip it, Mike, rip it!
Save the trees, kill the IRS. That ought to be our new motto. An extraordinary amount of sheer courage. Here's what they said. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, among these life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We all have the same intrinsic worth and value. Nobody is worth more than someone else. And that value didn't come because someone designated it for you. It came because God gave it to you. And since He gave it to you, nobody has a right, including a government, to take it from you. You have a quality of worth that you have no choice as to where you start in life, but you have all the choice in the world as to where you end up. I look out here to see people, and I know many of you are people in the community, but we have an extraordinary number of students here today. Some of you are here, and you come because your parents came, and they said you were going to come to the University of Maryland, and here you are. And you will get friends and relatives and people you work with and neighbors to go vote with you, if they're going to vote for me. I hear people sometimes say, well, it doesn't matter who you vote for, as long as you go vote. Nonsense. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, it matters who you vote for. So here's my goal. If you have friends, relatives, associates, and neighbors who aren't going to vote for me, do not let them out of their house. Let the air out of their tires. Tell them the election has been moved to March after the Texas primaries. These are dangerous people. They should be asked to stay home and watch television that day and eat oatmeal. But do not let them hurt themselves and the rest of the country by voting for someone else. We just need our voters to go out and vote on Tuesday. So that's the goal. I love this country. I really do. I mean that with all my heart.
Just your hand out there, huh?
Thanks so much.
Wait,
God bless
wait,
you.
man.
Thank you. Thanks for coming today. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. How you doing?
Everybody, you ran this race. Can you find my shirt?